Part 38. Global High Martial Arts, copy SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Yunzhong Mu Shui. Chapter 371. This shouldn't be a big problem for you. The Galaxy Palace Lord spoke. No one said anything. Most of them were at the 7th level of Takumai, and Bai Mo was already at the 9th level. With enough resources and hard work, they could still cultivate to the next level in a month. It's just that it would take a long time to refine the foundation afterwards. Lu Yu looked even more relaxed. If he wasn't afraid that his realm would be too loose, 2 or 3 realms in one night would be like a joke. What he was thinking about now was that the star core was absorbed too slowly. With the awakening of the divine talent, Lu Yu now felt like a black hole. It couldn't be filled up no matter what. The star core, the star source power overflowed really slowly. While Lu Yu was secretly complaining, the Galaxy Palace Lord spoke. I know you are worried that cultivating too fast will affect the foundation, but there is no need to worry about that. The Galaxy Ancient Land will be open to you for a while. The moment the Palace Lord's words came out, everyone's eyes were filled with horror. The elders looked at the Mansion Master in disbelief, and Bai Mo and others' eyes widened instantly. What? The Galaxy Ancient Land is about to be opened. Seeing the shocked expressions of the people around him, Lu Yu was a little confused. What the hell? Why are you so shocked? What is the Galaxy Ancient Land? You. The young man who was asked by Lu Yu had an unhappy expression, but after seeing Lu Yu's face, he instantly became friendly again. The Galaxy Ancient Land is a secret place controlled by the Galaxy Mansion. The speed of time inside is different from that outside, about 1:100, and the power of the star source is extremely rich. When the genius said this, he couldn't help licking his lips. This made Lu Yu fall into deep thought. There is also such a good place. Damn. Above, the Galaxy Mansion Master looked at the shocked expressions of the crowd and smiled. This time the ancient land is opened, you can go in for a total of 20 days. As for how much you can gain, it depends on you. These words undoubtedly made the active geniuses excited. 20 days. This is equivalent to 2,000 days outside. The key is that the power of the star source is extremely rich, and there is no need to worry about the problem of unstable foundation. It is simply a great opportunity. What is the most feared by geniuses? Time is wasted. Every moment counts, and no one knows when they will be eliminated. And now, these 20 days are equivalent to 2,000 days, which is definitely enough to pull a large gap between their peers. What's more, the ancient land is extremely suitable for cultivation. Many geniuses were surprised, and the elders couldn't help but take a deep breath and laughed. You have to play well. The ancient land cannot be opened easily. It will probably take 1,000 years for it to be opened next time. That's true. Try to help our Milky Way get a good ranking. Even I envy you. The elders sighed. Lu Yu's expression was a little strange. Ancient land? The power of the star source is rich? Enter together and absorb together? Lu Yu said, if my divine talent is fully opened and I suck the power of the star source by myself, will you beat me? Lu Yu was unnatural about this. I don't know how much my divine talent can absorb. Anyway, I haven't reached the upper limit after using it for so long. I hope that the imagined thing will not happen. Otherwise, they will cry. Watching me absorb alone for more than 2,000 days. The young man sitting next to Lu Yu looked at the smile on Lu Yu's face and suddenly shuddered unconsciously. A bad premonition came to his heart. Something is wrong. Shouldn't this be a good thing? Why are my eyelids twitching so much? Then, the mansion master disappeared after talking for another half an hour. As soon as he left, many elders also left. Come on, little ones, get ready. The ancient land will be opened in 5 days. Before that, learn about it in advance. Come on, I'm rooting for you. The elders smiled and instructed, and then left. As soon as the elders left, the atmosphere in the hall became a little quiet. Many geniuses looked at Lu Yu, and each of them showed an awkward but polite smile. Then, turned around and ran. I didn't want to stay with this human trafficker for even a second. Soon, there were only 2 people left in the hall. Lu Yu and Ming 11. Hee, Lu Yu, they are so scared of you. A bright smile appeared on Ming 11's delicate face. Seeing this, Lu Yu shook his head. You don't understand. Excellent people are always lonely and can't find people of the same kind. Ah. Then I'll be your kind, I'm also an excellent person. Mingzi looked serious. Lu Yu looked at her. Well, not bad. She has everything she needs, and her background is very good. You can consider taking her with you and teach her how to be an excellent person. At this moment, a servant suddenly walked in from outside. Master, your abyss dragon seems to be bullied by other beasts. Huh? Xiao Hong was bullied? Is it the offspring of other mountain guarding beasts? Mingzi's expression was a little puzzled. The servant shook his head. No, it looks like a black and white wolf. There are too many to tell, Master. If you don't go over, the abyss dragon will be in real danger. The servant's tone was urgent. Mingzi's expression was also extremely annoyed. The battle pet he raised was actually bullied by other exotic beasts. He must go over and teach it a lesson. Next to him, Lu Yu's expression gradually became a little strange. Chapter 0285 I'm helping you get rid of insects, earning 10,000 star cores. Next to him, Lu Yu's expression was very strange. The dragon that he used as a mount was bullied. Black and white. This. Lu Yu didn't know what to say for a while. Global High Martial Arts, copy SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Yunzhong Mu Shui. Chapter 372. Lu Yu, will you come with me to take a look? Ming 11 didn't think so much, she wanted to see what kind of strange beast was bullying her pet. Lu Yu nodded when he heard it. It shouldn't be like that. That stupid dog, no, stupid wolf, is just a mountain-moving realm. How could he bully the dragon of the 8th level of the sea-expanding realm? Lu Yu looked thoughtful. Following Ming 11, he quickly went to a mountain area. Here are the areas where strange beasts are active. In fact, the Galaxy Mansion has raised quite a lot of strange beasts. These strange beasts are basically used as mountain guarding beasts, and their realms are generally above the Yuanshu realm. Of course, they can also give birth to offspring. Therefore, the Galaxy Mansion simply divided out an area for strange beasts as an activity area. Right now, Lu Yu and Ming 11 are passing through a mountain. Lu Yu, be careful, this is a black turtle. Black turtle? Lu Yu was stunned. It's impossible. This is clearly a mountain. With the idea of not believing in evil, Lu Yu stepped hard on the ground. In an instant, the rocks shook, and the whole mountain seemed to be shaking. A ferocious head appeared from the ground, and between its eyes, huge rocks rolled down. Human, what are you doing? The huge black turtle shook off the dirt on its head and looked at Lu Yu coldly. Seeing this scene, Lu Yu's mouth twitched slightly and grinned. I can see that you have been lying here for a long time, and there are bugs on your body. I will get rid of the bugs for you. While speaking, Lu Yu stepped on another small bug to death. This made the black turtle's eyes furious. But seeing Mingzi standing aside, it didn't say anything more and lowered its head again. Lu Yu was very moved when he saw this scene. The Galaxy Mansion is really awesome. The black turtles in the Yuanshu realm are all lying here. Looking at the mountains in the distance, Lu Yu was a little skeptical. These are actually all strange beasts lying dormant. Fortunately, Lu Yu did not see any strange beasts on the way. 10 minutes later, Lu Yu and Mingzi stopped in front of a mountain. On the plain below the mountain, a giant dragon was destroying everything in anger. The earth was cut by the dragon's claws, and the flames burned, and one after another huge trees fell. And under the dragon, a white shadow flashed quickly. Every time the dragon was about to catch it, it always failed. Not only that, the dragon had many scars on its body. Ah! The white shadow let out an excited howl. Then, bit the dragon's leg. Roar! The dragon roared, flames gushing out of its mouth. In anger, this time it actually wanted to kill 1,000 enemies and lose 800 of its own. However, the white shadow was so fast that it disappeared from the spot in an instant. The flames burned the dragon's entire paw, emitting black smoke. Roar! The dragon became more and more angry. The white shadow finally stopped, and it turned out to be a small-looking snow wolf. Its blue eyes looked at the dragon excitedly, and it howled again. Many onlookers had gathered around. Most of these people came here to watch the battle. After all, everyone knew that this dragon was raised by Mingzi. Master, this. The servant looked at Mingzi with an embarrassed expression. The origin of the snow wolf was too strange. It had never appeared before, so it should not be the offspring of a mountain-guarding beast. People around also noticed Mingzi's arrival and laughed and talked about it. Master, you didn't see it just now. Xiao Hong suffered a great loss. Yes, this snow wolf is extremely fast, it is really extraordinary. This guy is too smart, Xiao Hong is almost crazy because of it. These words made Ming 11 look helpless. She just took a look. The realm of that snow wolf is only the moving mountain realm. A beast in the moving mountain realm made Xiao Hong run around. What a shame. And on the side, Lu Yu had tried his best not to watch the scene. But when he heard the excited howl of the stupid wolf, he couldn't help laughing. Lu Yu, what are you laughing at? Ming 11 looked puzzled. Seeing this, Lu Yu coughed. I'm not laughing at anything, mainly because I feel that the snow wolf is indeed extraordinary. Lu Yu's words attracted the attention of others. Lu Yu. Why is this guy with Ming 11? Many people's expressions changed, and some even snorted on the spot, disdainful to speak. Extraordinary is extraordinary, but it has nothing to do with you. Lu Yu. He really didn't expect that he would fall asleep and fall asleep. I don't want to pretend. You put your face close to me and want to step on it, isn't that good? I, Lu, am not that kind of person. While Lu Yu was complaining in his heart, the man continued to speak. Look, he is silent again, huh? Lu Yu. He took a closer look at the young man. Well, Tongxian realm, he should be from another academy. Seeing Lu Yu staring at him, the young man showed sarcasm on his face. What's wrong, don't you agree with me? Come to challenge. He wished that Lu Yu would challenge him now. The rules of the academy strictly prohibit private fights, but if you choose to challenge and both parties agree, then you can. He just deliberately mocked Lu Yu, and wanted Lu Yu to choke him and nod his head in agreement. Then, he would go up and beat this guy half to death. How could Lu Yu not know what this guy was thinking? But now there is a better idea than fighting. Let's talk about the duel later, but do you dare to make a bet with me? Lu Yu looked at the red-haired young man with a smile on his face. Hearing this, the young man narrowed his eyes. What do you mean? Nothing, I bet that if I call the wolf below, it will come up, do you believe it? The young man sneered when he heard Lu Yu's words. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Global High Martial Arts, copy SSS level talents at the beginning. Author, Yun Zhong Mu Shui. Chapter 373. Are you so confident? This snow wolf's spiritual wisdom has been awakened, and it will not listen to you. Stop, I'm just asking you whether you want to bet or not. Starting with 10,000 star cores, we need to sign a document now. Lu Yu took out a piece of white paper. Around, many people came to watch the fun. Again, writing evidence? Damn it. Damn. You're a little arrogant. This guy Lu Yu has a battle pet? I haven't seen it before. Indeed, I haven't seen him with a battle pet before. Many people were talking about it. The red-haired young man frowned when he heard Lu Yu's words. I have to say that this bet is a bit too big for him. Seeing the red-haired young man hesitate, Lu Yu was happy. No, 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 no one really slaps themselves in the face, right? You don't even dare to bet on this, you'd better go home and drink milk. Lu Yu responded with his own treatment and became louder. Joke. The 10,000 star cores I picked up for free, don't want them for free. Everyone around them became unhappy after hearing Lu Yu's words. Brother Chalu, son. Why are you afraid of him? I am very experienced in controlling beasts. This snow wolf is definitely an ownerless thing. There is no way I can trust this guy. Yes. This is too arrogant. Everyone was instantly unhappy. Most of the people here have been offended by Lu Yu. Now that Lu Yu dares to open such a seaport, can they still bear it? It's not like you're losing money anyway. The red-haired young man also took a deep breath when he heard the words of everyone around him. Okay. Just sign it. He snorted coldly and scribbled a line of words. Lu Yu took a serious look at the document and instantly smiled. Hey, star cores are really easy to make, and you can easily get another 10,000. Lu Yu sighed. Mingzi watched all this, dumbfounded. She knew Lu Yu quite well. Lu Yu really didn't bring a battle pet. Isn't he afraid of losing money? Lu Yu, you. Look at me, Mingzi. Lu Yu waved his hand and looked at the snow wolf who was still teasing the dragon at the foot of the mountain. With a calm expression, Lu Yu took off his shoes. Two dogs, continue. After finishing his words, Lu Yu threw away his shoes. The next moment, Snow Wolf, who was still teasing the giant dragon, his eyes gleamed. Chapter 0286 Biting the Hand, the Dazed Red Deer. The next moment, Snow Wolf, who was still teasing the giant dragon, his eyes gleamed. Xuelang looked at the shoes in Lu Yu's hand and instantly became excited. Ouch! It roared excitedly, abandoned the giant dragon, and ran towards Lu Yu quickly. Under countless blank stares, Snow Wolf grabbed the shoe in Lu Yu's hand. Then, wagging his tail excitedly, he circled around Lu Yu. He even tried to pull off the shoe on Lu Yu's other foot. Ahem, that's almost enough, Ergu. Lu Yu looked calm and wanted to get the shoes. But Xuelang looked at Lu Yu excitedly. Then, he bit Lu Yu's foot. Call out. In an instant, Lu Yu's other shoe came off his leg and he almost fell down. Your uncle. Lu Yu looked at Xuelang with excited eyes and almost ran away on the spot. All around, others were stunned. What's going on? Is this snow wolf really Lu Yu's battle pet? But this doesn't quite look like it. The red deer people were stunned. He is a little worried now. Will he really have to pay this guy 10,000 star cores? At this time, a person next to him came over. Brother Chalu, this wolf may not necessarily be his battle pet. As long as you can tease him, then Lu Yu will lose. The man said, flashing his medal. I am from the beast controlling clan, you believe me? Others also said one after another. That makes sense. This wolf doesn't look like his battle pet at first glance. As long as Brother Chalu can let him come over, it will definitely not belong to Lu Yu. Indeed. A group of people began to give Chalu advice. When Qilu heard this, he felt that it really made sense. He stared at Lu Yu fiercely. I don't believe it. Lu Yu. He glanced at the so-called beast-controlling clan member behind Qilu, and the corner of his mouth twitched slightly. I still don't know Ergu's character. He even holds his master's shoes in his mouth. If the red deer teases it. Lu Yu stopped talking. He just wanted to watch a show quietly. Qilu didn't know so much. At the moment, he was staring at the snow wolf who was having fun with Lu Yu's shoes, with a friendly smile on his face. Good dog, come here and let me take a look. What do you see in my hand? As he spoke, a large piece of alien beast flesh appeared in Qilu's hand. These alien flesh and blood are of extremely high grade, basically above the star level. He spent a lot of money to buy it, intending to eat it himself to replenish his energy and blood. But now, in order to win against Lu Yu, this little effort is worth it. Snow Wolf was already very happy to have Lu Yu's shoe in his mouth, but the moment he saw the piece of flesh and blood, he was stunned. Ouch! It became excited. Obviously these flesh and blood were very attractive to him. When Red Deer saw it, he was happy and worked even harder. This snow wolf is definitely an ownerless thing. If you can conquer it with some flesh and blood, it will be a real profit. Come here, little dog, come here, these are all yours, said the Red Deer. Seeing this, the snow wolf drooled all over the floor. It rushed directly in front of the Red Deer. Before the Red Deer could react, it opened its mouth and bit down. Hum. Instantly, the Red Deer screamed. He wanted to pull his hand out, but how could the snow wolf let go? It bit even tighter. Global High Martial Arts, copy SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Yunzhong Mu. Chapter 374. When it let go, Qilu pulled his hand out and took a look. He almost fainted on the spot. A neat row of teeth marks. Deep enough to see the bone. Blood gushing out. The snow wolf had already swallowed the piece of flesh and blood of the beast in one gulp, and howled with excitement. All around, everyone who saw the scene was silent at the same time. What the hell? Qilu was bitten for nothing. Lu Yu couldn't help laughing. Ergu, you really didn't let me down. Ergu, give him a few more bites. Lu Yu gave orders, and he didn't know whether this guy would listen to him or not. When Qilu heard Lu Yu's words, his eyes were cold. He forced his expression to soften and looked at the snow wolf with a friendly face. Little dog, you just ate my food, as a reward, can you bite that guy a few times? Ah! The snow wolf seemed to understand what Qilu said, howling and still running around Qilu's legs. This made Qilu extremely proud. Did you see that? This wolf listens to me but not to you. Others around him also looked at Lu Yu with disdain. Obviously, this wolf is not Lu Yu's at all. Seeing this, Lu Yu raised his eyebrows slightly. Impossible. Although this Ergu is a little stupid, it is impossible for him to really betray him, right? While Lu Yu was confused, the snow wolf had jumped under Qilu's crotch without knowing when. Qilu didn't realize the danger at all, and pointed at Lu Yu with a proud face. Give him a bite, I still have meat here, I guarantee you will be full. Ayo, the snow wolf howled, as if he understood what Lu Yu said. So, in the expectant eyes of everyone, the snow wolf turned his head and bit Qilu's thigh. Zi. Blood spurted out like a water gun in an instant, accompanied by the sound of clothes tearing. The snow wolf's bite was too strong. It tore a piece of meat off Qilu's thigh. The entire pants were torn apart. Instantly, Qilu was floating in the wind. Looking at his bloody lower body and the pants flying in the wind. At the first moment, he felt not pain, but a kind of confusion about life. Real confusion. Why is this, a little different from what he imagined? He looked at the snow wolf, which was howling excitedly at this moment. It still had Chalu's flesh and blood in its mouth and swallowed it directly in a big mouthful. Watching his flesh being eaten, at this moment, the pain accumulated in Chalu's body finally came up in one breath. You! Chalu screamed and covered his lower body at the same time. You eat my flesh and blood, what's the operation of tearing my pants? I'm not wearing it. Others also reacted at this moment, and many girls quickly closed their eyes. Chalu, you are shameless. So disgusting. You don't even wear underwear. For a moment, many girls looked nauseous. Even Mingzi hid behind Lu Yu and coughed dryly. This guy is really disgusting, he must have done it on purpose. Lu Yu was extremely satisfied now. This result was as expected, as expected. You are still you, your style of doing things is indeed unique. Lu Yu silently praised the snow wolf in his heart, with a gentleman's expression on his face. Yes. I also think that Chalu is too disgusting, it is obvious that he is disgusting. Lu Yu spoke loudly while comforting Mingzi. On the opposite side, Chalu had already taken a piece of clothing to cover his lower body. He looked at the snow wolf with extreme anger. I'm going to kill this beast. As he said that, Chalu was about to take action. But how could Lu Yu give him a chance? Okay Ergu, come here and lie down. Ah! The snow wolf howled, came to Lu Yu, lay down and panted with his tongue out. Everyone! Is it really your battle pet? Chapter 0287 Chalu's Social Death, Dog Meat Hot Pot. Is it really your battle pet? Everyone was shocked. Lu Yu calmly touched the snow wolf's head with his foot. I said it before, but some people don't believe it. Hey, these 10,000 star cores are given away for free again. Lu Yu sighed. Chalu was completely stunned. The wound on his thigh continued to stimulate his nerves. Hearing this, he collapsed a little. Are you playing me? Is this anything other than acting? This guy wanted to blackmail me from the beginning. And this snow wolf cooperated with him and made me look very embarrassed. In summary, the money is lost. The fact that I don't wear anything inside will spread throughout the galaxy government later. Social death. I have to break up with my girlfriend. I am so embarrassed. After thinking it through, Chalu rolled his eyes and fainted. The loss was heavy, the loss was heavy. The people around him also figured it out. For a moment, they looked at Lu Yu with great vigilance. At the same time, they felt pity for Chalu. This was too miserable. He ran into such a weird pair. One man and one beast teamed up to cheat him. Not only did he lose money, but he also lost face. From now on, there will be no place for Chalu to stay in the Galaxy Palace. Global High Martial Arts, copy SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Yunzhong Mu. Chapter 375. Everywhere I go I get laughed at? Lu Yu's expression suddenly became tense. Don't scare me, okay? Who should I ask to compensate you if you die? Hey, hello brother Chalu? Wake up, wake up. Don't die. If you can't afford the compensation, I'll give you a 99% discount and only charge you 9,900 star cores. No interest. The highest score is 12 issues. Wake up. Lu Yu hugged Chalu and shook him crazily. Everyone. If you act like this, nothing will happen. What just shocked everyone was. Red Deer is really waking up? The weak Chalu looked a little confused when he saw Lu Yu. This guy, why is he shaking me? At this moment, a snow-white wolf came over, looking at the red deer with a pair of blue eyes excitedly, its tongue sticking out, and it was purring with excitement on its face. Then, it took the coat covering the body of the red deer in its mouth, turned around and ran away. Red deer, you are shameless. It grosses me out. I'm going to sue you for harassment. Red deer sudden. Lu Yu. Everyone. Everyone looked at Lu Yu. They now seriously suspect that this is what Lu Yu ordered Xue Lang to do. I was crying here, but secretly asked Xue Lang to do such a thing, wanting Qi Lu to die completely. What a deep scheming. Forget about cheating your star core, I want you to be completely socialized and you will not be able to survive in the galaxy government in the future. And all this was just because of Qi Lu's taunt. Holy crap. Red Deer is really miserable. It's not just miserable, it's absolutely miserable. It's unbearable to look at, and it's inhumane. This guy Lu Yu has a dark heart. The onlookers were horrified and silently moved away from Lu Yu. Lu Yu? What the hell does this have to do with me? Everyone, Ergu has his own ideas, so please don't slander me, Lu Yu said righteously. The young man from the beast-controlling clan jumped out again. You fart. It's your battle pet, it must listen to you. He really doesn't listen to me. If you don't believe me, just look at it. Lu Yu looked at Snow Wolf. Ergo, take that coat back and put it on Red Deer. Cut. With this kind of character, can you listen to me? Lu Yu dismissed it. But before he was happy for a long time, he discovered something confusing. The Snow Wolf really took the coat in his mouth and put it on the Red Deer. Then he ran over and fell down directly at Lu Yu's feet. Digging. Lu Yu looked at its witty little eyes and immediately exclaimed that something was wrong. All around, the melon eaters were in a frenzy. What the hell, you said it wouldn't listen to you. It's hammered with stone. It's hammered with stone. This guy is a man and a dog, and he has a black heart. A group of melon-eating people started talking. Even Mingzi couldn't help but poke her head over. Lu Yu, Lu Yu couldn't express his pain now. He looked at the Snow Wolf lying at his feet with a cruel smile on his lips. Grass. You take the blame for bad things, right? Wait, we'll have dog meat hot pot when we get back. Snow Wolf seemed to realize what Lu Yu was thinking, lying on the ground and howling, which made the people around him more and more sure. This is Lu Yu's conspiracy. Lu Yu. Just when he was thinking about whether to send Chilu to the infirmary for a checkup, an elder rushed over. What's going on here? He frowned and looked around and saw Mingzi. Mingzi also stepped forward to explain. Elder Ji, Chilu seems to have been injured by classmate Lu Yu's battle pet. Elder? Did the strange beast from Moving Mountain Realm hurt Tongxian Realm? He glanced at Snow Wolf, and his eyes immediately condensed. Is this wolf yours? He looked at Lu Yu. Lu Yu nodded helplessly. Yes. Well, the bloodline is good, take good care of it. From Elder Ji's point of view, this wolf's bloodline is indeed not simple. In fact, the reason why I came here was because I heard that the descendant of the Abyss Dragon was violently beaten by a mysterious beast. Now it seems that this wolf is Lu Yu's battle pet. As for the injured Red Deer, Elder, I will help him with his medical expenses first. Lu Yu had a bright smile on his face. Joke. 10,000 star cores. If he goes in first, wouldn't he dare to turn around? A super interest rate hike is necessary. Just like that, Lu Yu left with Mingzi with an indifferent expression. As soon as he left, the entire news spread throughout the galaxy. That guy called Lu Yu is so ruthless in digging holes. Red Deer capsized in the gutter and was tricked by a man and a dog. Dog. This is a real dog. All the geniuses exclaimed. This is so cruel. A normal person would either beat you half to death or beat you to death directly. But Lu Yu is different. Let you owe huge debts and give you social death at will. This is simply worse than being beaten to death directly. And Lu Yu is also back. As soon as he entered the courtyard, the smile disappeared from his face. Sure enough, the yard was in a mess. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Global High Martial Arts, copy SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Yoon-jeon Mu. Chapter 376. The silver cat was lying on the roof. When he saw Lu Yu coming back, he meowed and complained about something. The snow wolf lay at Lu Yu's feet, howling and shouting, as if he was very aggrieved. Good. Very good. Very good. As the saying goes, new and old hatreds came to his mind at the same time, and Lu Yu couldn't help it. You stay here now. Lu Yu took out a rope and tied up the snow wolf tightly. Then, in the shocked eyes of the snow wolf, he took out a big iron pot. Add firewood and add onion, ginger, star anise, pepper, cinnamon, angelica and 5 spices. Throw many seasonings into the pot. Instantly, a strong fragrance wafted away. Lu Yu twitched his nose and was very satisfied. Not bad. The ingredients are in place, now the main course. Lu Yu looked at the snow wolf without hesitation. Chapter 0288 If you yell I'll stew you again, Ninja Turtle by Mo. Lu Yu looked at the snow wolf without hesitation. Snow wolf, Sigma, oh. Oh. Awoo. 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 It wailed almost immediately, tucked its tail tightly between its legs, and looked at Lu Yu with a wronged look on its face. Seeing this, Lu Yu snorted coldly. You don't listen to me, you don't listen to me when I teach you to do things, and you make trouble every day. It's better to stew you and eat your meat. Awoo. The snow wolf was anxious, stepped forward and stretched out 2 claws, and hugged Lu Yu for mercy. On Lu Yu's shoulder, the silver cat looked at the snow wolf with pride and meowed happily. That meant that it was obviously eager for Lu Yu to stew this annoying big guy right now. At this time, the door of the yard rang. God. Ian's voice came from outside the door, and then she walked in. Seeing Lu Yu holding a dagger in his hand, a cat on his shoulder, and his feet held by a big dog, Lan was stunned on the spot. God, what are you doing? Lan noticed the big pot behind him that was boiling with hot steam. Lu Yu smiled when he saw Lan coming. Lan, why are you here? Lu Yu asked before Lan could answer. Immediately, the snow wolf rushed towards Lan, hugged Ian's legs, and kept howling, as if crying about Lu Yu's crimes. Very smart. Seeing this, Lan couldn't help but cover his mouth and smile. God, what are you going to do? Lu Yu. Ergu, you have a strong desire to survive. Come on, Lan, help me and stew it. As he said, Lu Yu waved the dagger. Seeing this, the snow wolf was shocked and turned his head to run outside. It just happened that Zing also came, and this time he bumped into Zing directly. What is this? Zing stepped back a few steps, looking at the snow wolf lying on the ground, with a puzzled look on her face. Awoo! The snow wolf howled, revealing a sense of despair. There are pursuers behind and obstacles ahead. This wolf is in danger. But before it could howl twice more, Lu Yu pinched its ears. You keep howling all day long, can't you be quiet? If you keep howling, I'll stew you now. Lu Yu's words instantly quieted the snow wolf. It tucked its tail between its legs and circled around Lu Yu with a flattering look on its face. Lan and Zing were a little surprised to see this scene. They had already heard the news, and now seeing the interaction between Lu Yu and the snow wolf, they couldn't help but look at Lu Yu. Lu Yu kicked the snow wolf with a little helplessness. Well, I'm raising this idiot and this kitten now. As he said that, Lu Yu stroked the 9-yin spirit cat on his shoulder. Silver cats are still better. Be obedient and don't make trouble. Meow. The silver cat took a comfortable nap on Lu Yu's shoulder, squinting at the 2 women. Lan and Zing were also quite shocked when they heard Lu Yu's words. Shen didn't have a pet before, how did this come about? Zing was the same. Shen, can I touch this little cat? Lan said. She could tell at a glance that the silver cat was not simple. Its fur was like metal casting, shining in the sun. Especially its pair of golden eyes, which seemed to be breathtaking. Lu Yu patted the silver cat. Go over. Meow. The silver cat was a little reluctant, and jumped lightly onto Lan. Lan stroked the silver cat, looking happy. Shen, it's so good. Lan, I want to touch it too. Ziying also came over, and the two women stretched out their hands and kept stroking the silver cat, which made it quite impatient and made a gurgling sound. But because of Lu Yu's words, it was still holding back. In the distance, the snow wolf, which was originally lying down, came over at some point, wagging its tail excitedly. Ah! It hadn't howled for a few times when Lu Yu hit it hard. Do you want to become a mature dog? Lu Yu looked unkind. The snow wolf shook its tail in grievance. In response, Lu Yu snorted coldly. This guy just got beaten less often and is not honest at all. The two girls played here for a while and left again. I heard from Ziying that she was going to buy some clothes. Lu Yu didn't want to go shopping with them. It's too tiring. Just seeing his messy yard, Lu Yu was in a bad mood. If you damage it again next time after it's fixed, I'll turn you into a mature dog. Lu Yu threatened. The snow wolf howled, indicating that he knew. After Lu Yu contacted someone to come and clean up, he thought about it and decided to go out. There was nothing to do here, and it would take another 3 days to go to the ancient land. Where should I go to play? Lu Yu was lost in thought. At this time, the snow wolf caught up with Lu Yu without knowing when, and circled around Lu Yu's legs. Coincidentally, Lu Yu was thinking about the problem and didn't pay much attention. He tripped and almost fell. Global High Martial Arts, copy SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Yunzhong Mu. Chapter 377. Me. Lu Yu really wants to eat dog meat. This guy is definitely doing it on purpose. Whoa. The snow wolf howled in grievance. Lu Yu didn't believe it. I can't bear it. This is a divine beast, it's too bad, too bad. Lu Yu took a deep breath and suddenly saw a yard in the distance. That seems to be where Mo lives? Go and have a look. Lu Yu thought in his heart and went to the distant hilltop. In the yard, there are hills and streams. Mo is drinking tea. The whole person looks introverted, wearing a black robe, very extraordinary. But suddenly, the door of the yard was pushed open. Mo, I came to see you. Lu Yu smiled carelessly. When Mo saw that it was Lu Yu, the corner of his mouth twitched instantly. What's the matter? He asked indifferently. Seeing this, Lu Yu waved his hand. Nothing, just want to chat with you, brother Mo. I didn't. Hey, drinking tea? I know this, come, make tea. Lu Yu casually gave the snow wolf next to him a slap. The snow wolf looked aggrieved, and actually held the teacup with his paws and poured tea for Lu Yu. This. Mo was confused. Is this a dog or a wolf? Why is it so human? Lu Yu's battle pet? No, why didn't I know he had a pet? Mo hesitated. He didn't go out today, nor did he pay attention to some things in the Galaxy Mansion. After returning from the Galaxy Mansion Lord, his whole mood was impetuous because of Lu Yu, and he was drinking tea all the time. Seeing this snow wolf now, he was naturally surprised. Lu Yu noticed Mo's surprised eyes, and couldn't help shaking his head and sighing. Brother Mo, you think it is smart, but actually. Lu Yu looked at the snow wolf. Mo also looked over. After pouring a cup of tea for Lu Yu, the snow wolf actually poured a cup for itself. He also stuck out his tongue and licked it. While licking, he howled excitedly. Lu Yu. Mo. Lu Yu, my cup is worth 10 star cores, you. Mo looked over. Lu Yu was amused when he heard it. You can't say that, brother Bai. Although Ergu is a little naughty, there is nothing wrong with his body. The cup he used is not a problem. Bai Mo? He really wanted to tear his face with Lu Yu now, but considering that he still owed him money and couldn't beat him, he could only endure it. Endure it? I endured it? I don't believe you will stay here all day. With a blank expression, Bai Mo was about to continue drinking tea, and suddenly, a claw came over. Chapter 0289 Bai Mo collapsed, and the people of SpecialAbilities were in a panic. A paw was on Bai Mo's hand. Bai Mo turned his head in confusion and saw the snow wolf sticking out its tongue and looking at him. What are you doing? Bai Mo frowned. Before he could think about it, the next moment, the paw slapped the teacup away. Wow! The boiling hot tea fell all over Bai Mo. The expensive teacup fell to the ground with a bang. All this happened in just a few seconds. Bai Mo's whole brain was frozen. He was still holding the tea in his hand, but his whole body was wet and steaming. Seeing this, the snow wolf howled excitedly. The long white tail flicked. The next moment, the teapot and several teacups on the table fell to the ground. Bang bang bang. Several sounds rang out in succession, and Bai Mo was stunned. When Lu Yu saw this scene, he was also stunned for a moment. This. He noticed Bai Mo's gloomy face, and then looked at the excited expression of the snow wolf. Lu Yu suddenly felt that he had realized something. Why should I let it go to my house to destroy it? Just take it out for a walk. Bai Mo is so rich, he shouldn't care, right? Ahem, brother Bai Mo, this, you should forgive it, after all, it is still ignorant. Iargo. Apologize to brother Bai Mo. Lu Yu pretended to be serious and scolded twice. The snow wolf howled twice in grievance, and then jumped into the small pond next to it, fishing. I don't know if the snow wolf is born with such a talent or what. It just made a move and immediately caught a small silver fish. This is Suanbei. Bai Mo hurriedly stopped the snow wolf, but he didn't finish his words. The next moment, the fish was swallowed by the snow wolf. Brother Bai Mo, a fish shouldn't be expensive, right? Lu Yu looked puzzled, he really didn't know the price. Bai Mo. He didn't know what to say in his heart. Black white fish, 20 star cores per piece. He only bought 10 in total. Now the snow wolf just fluttered a few times, and half of it was gone. Lu Yu noticed Bai Mo's pale face and muttered to himself. No way, this fish is really expensive? Forget it, it's embarrassing to break other people's things. Ahem, Ergu, you can come up when you've had enough fun. Lu Yu's voice made the snow wolf come up quickly. It shook, and water droplets flew all over the sky. Then, the snow wolf started to act up again. It fluttered around in the yard full of flowers and plants. In just a moment, the whole yard was completely unrecognizable. Even Bai Mo noticed it. This wolf is coming again. Global High Martial Arts, copy SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Yunzhong Mu Shui. Chapter 378. This time, he was biting the pillar. Bai Mo couldn't hold his temper anymore. Deliberately. Lu Yu definitely did it on purpose. He was just trying to mess with his mentality. Lu Yu, I will return your star core to you, at most in 2 days. Bai Mo suddenly spoke. Lu Yu was stunned when he heard it. Huh? This guy is so proactive? Strange. Of course, in order to show his generosity, Lu Yu still spoke calmly. Brother Bai Mo is too polite, I'm not in a hurry. Bai Mo. He looked at the snow wolf that had bitten half of the pillar, and his face seemed to say. Are you kidding me? Can you not bring such a thing to mess with my mentality? One day, Bai Mo took a deep breath. Lu Yu was even more surprised when he heard it. No, it's hard to turn over such a large amount in one day. Only 1/3 of the pillar was left. Half a day. You are so polite, really so polite, brother by Mo, you don't have to do this. Pillar, 1/4. By Mo got completely anxious when he saw it. Damn, this pavilion was specially designed by someone at a high price. This is an exchange voucher from the Interstellar Bank, 22,000 star cores. Brother Lou, don't refuse it anymore. By Mo said as he chased the man and the dog out. Lu Yu held the exchange voucher in his hand, with a surprised expression. Good guy. There is such a good thing? I just took the dog out for a walk and paid the money directly. While Lu Yu was surprised, Bai Mo had already closed the door and returned to the small pavilion. He looked at the broken pieces of teacups and teapots on the ground, feeling heartbroken. Damn it, this Lu Yu, in order to collect debts, actually, forget it, the pavilion is finally saved. Bai Mo shook his head, and the next moment, the entire pavilion collapsed instantly. In the rubble, Bai Mo covered his bleeding forehead and roared in a low voice. Damn it! Lu Yu. I can't stand with you. Outside the door, Lu Yu, who had already walked far away, couldn't help sneezing. My goodness, brother Bai, why is there so much smoke and dust on the mountain? Why is this? Lu Yu was puzzled, but he soon thought of something. Hey, brother Bai Mo is really loyal and righteous. In order to pay back the money, I guess he has sold everything he has. Lu Yu shook his head and sighed. 20,000 star cores, but he gave 22,000, which made him a little embarrassed. Forget it, let's go to the next one. Lu Yu expressed his feelings, took out a handful of white paper, and went to another yard. Following the same method, Lu Yu just sat there and chatted calmly, without saying much, and soon, the other party asked to pay back the money. Once or twice, Lu Yu still didn't understand why. It was not until Lu Yu noticed that these geniuses looked at the snow wolf with fear that he seemed to have realized something. So that's it? So that's it? Ergo, you did a great job. At the foot of the mountain, Lu Yu got another 10,000 star cores and patted the snow wolf's head with pride. The snow wolf still had a chicken in its mouth and ate it in one bite. On the mountain, a genius beat his chest and stamped his feet. This damn stupid wolf actually stole my 7-colored phoenix tail chicken. For the next 2 days, Lu Yu walked around the SpecialAbilities every day with a note in one hand and a dog in the other. Almost all the people living in the SpecialAbilities were geniuses from the top 100 clans, and almost all of them owed Lu Yu star cores. It can be said that in the past 2 days, the entire SpecialAbilities was in a panic. Everyone has heard about the destructive power of the snow wolf, and everyone is afraid. Lu Yu brought a dog to the door. In this case, not only Sifang College, but also Yalong College, Zhenling College, and even Mofa College have heard about it. Damn, is that guy so cruel to collect debts? That snow wolf is absolutely amazing. It can demolish a yard in a few minutes. It's terrible, it's terrible. Fortunately, I don't owe that guy money, otherwise I would go crazy if he came every day. I don't know how many people talked about it, even the owner of the mansion heard about it. Mother, I tell you, that snow wolf is very powerful, even my Xiaohong can't beat it. Mingzi smiled happily. The owner of the mansion smiled slightly when he heard it. What realm is that wolf? Mountain moving realm, Mingzi replied. This made the owner of the mansion look surprised. She knew the realm of the Abyss Dragon, the 8th level of the Sea Expansion realm. But, it's not the opponent of a mountain-moving beast? This is very interesting. The Galaxy Palace Master's eyes lit up, but he didn't ask any more questions. Another day passed, and early in the morning, Lu Yu received a notice to go to the main hall to gather. Today is the day to go to the ancient land of the galaxy, right? Lu Yu thought and went to the main hall. He had a clear plan. 2,000 days, in one fell swoop, break through to the Tongxian realm. Chapter 0290 Silver Heart Black Hole, go to the ancient land. In the main hall. At this moment, there are already quite a few people in the main hall. The elders have gathered, and the 9 participating talents have arrived. Lu Yu is late. When I came out, I was ambitious. But halfway through, the more I thought about it, the more wrong it was, so I turned around and went back, and the snow wolf tied me up with chains back and forth. Are you kidding? Must tie it up. Otherwise, I will come back in 20 days. My goodness, not to mention the foundation, the mountaintop has disappeared. When they saw Lu Yu coming, the faces of the 9 geniuses, including Bai Mo, changed at the same time. Hateful. It's really hateful. This guy came up with such a bad method to collect the debt. It's a trap. Lu Yu didn't think so much, and directly got close to Bai Mo. Hey, brother Bai Mo, your money really makes me feel uneasy. Bai Mo, you have the ability to pay it back. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Global High Martial Arts, copy SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Yunzhong Mu Shui. Chapter 379. But, he is still forbearing. Forbear. I can't beat him, but I can bear it, okay. Above, the Lord of Galaxy Palace saw the scene and felt a little headache. This little guy, why is he restless wherever he goes? Lu Yu, okay, be quiet. Next, I'm going to tell you about the situation of the galaxy ancient land. The Lord's words made Lu Yu speechless. I have been busy collecting debts these 2 days, and I really haven't learned much about this galaxy ancient land. The Lord of Galaxy Palace stretched out his hand and pointed, and suddenly a star map appeared in the air. This star map is the star map of our Milky Way. The central area of the Milky Way, although we call it the central area, is extremely prosperous. But in fact, the central area is actually the Milky Way black hole. The Lord said. This common sense is known to everyone. The center of the Milky Way is a huge black hole celestial body. The mass of this black hole celestial body is terrifying. If it weren't for human intervention, all the stars around this black hole would be cleared away. Otherwise, with the growth rate of this black hole, the entire Milky Way would have been swallowed by it long ago. But even so, the black hole is still growing slowly. It is predicted that if there is no interference, perhaps in 100 billion years, the black hole will completely swallow the entire Milky Way. At that time, it will move towards the local galaxy group. Of course, that is a matter of the future, and it is still safe now. The Lord of the Galaxy Palace looked at Lu Yu and continued to speak. The entrance to the ancient galaxy is in that black hole and has been swallowed. Swallowed. Lu Yu was stunned when he heard this. What can you do if you are swallowed by a black hole? Entering a black hole is a dead end. Even in the interstellar age, technology is advanced and warriors are powerful. But facing a black hole, the more you study it, the more you know how mysterious this kind of star is. Even if an extremely powerful warrior enters it, he can't come back. It's like a greedy devourer, eating everything. Hearing this, the other geniuses frowned instantly. They knew the existence of the ancient land, but they didn't expect that the entrance to the ancient land had already been swallowed into the black hole. Many elders smiled when they saw this. Don't worry, the entrance to the ancient land has not really fallen into the black hole yet, and you can still enter. An elder explained. This made everyone feel relieved. If you really fall into the black hole, there is really no way. If you are just close, maybe you can take a risk and try it. The Lord of the Palace smiled. The elders and I will take you there and guide you, and you must be clear. There is not really nothing in the ancient land, there are still some dangers there. Remember, don't go out of the safe range of the ancient land, just move within the safe range, understand? When the Lord of the Galaxy Palace said this, his expression became serious. Other geniuses nodded one after another, and they thought of some ancient history they had seen these days, and they were all very serious. The ancient land is not a dead land, there are still things. No one can explain why these things exist in the ancient land, they only know that they are extremely mysterious. Someone once stepped out of the safe range out of curiosity, and then disappeared. The disappeared person was the inheritor of a top 20 clan. After he disappeared, the clan sent strong men into the ancient land to try to find him back. But even a strong man who surpassed the Yuan-Shu realm still disappeared in the valley, without any news. This is the most terrifying. Many geniuses thought of this and were very serious. Only Lu Yu stood there in a daze. He didn't understand these things, and he didn't have time to understand them. Now, he still hopes to go in as soon as possible. The Lord of the Galaxy Palace saw the scene and couldn't help but jump his eyelids. Lu Yu, did you hear it? I know, Lu Yu nodded seriously. Mingzi appeared beside him at some point and said with a smile. Lu Yu, you didn't hear it just now. Lu Yu. The Lord of the Galaxy Palace saw this and didn't say anything more. I forgot to tell you before, Mingzi will go to the ancient land with you, and will also participate in the competition. In the ancient land, remember what I said before, don't step out of the safe range, let alone infighting. The Lord of the Palace glared at Lu Yu fiercely. What she was most worried about was Lu Yu. This little guy always behaved differently. Mingzi, help Lu Yu more when the time comes. I will, mother. Mingzi smiled brightly. Afterwards, the Lord of the Galaxy Palace walked out of the hall with a few people. Outside, an ark had already stopped. As the Lord of the Palace waved his hand, the next moment, the ark instantly became larger, and everyone boarded the ark. Lu Yu looked at the ark with some curiosity. The ark was engraved with patterns, and it was shining at the moment, looking particularly magical. Lu Yu, these are space runes, which can help us fight the gravity of the black hole. Mingzi explained. Lu Yu nodded, looking like I know everything. With a slight tremor, the ark slowly started. In just a blink of an eye, it disappeared from sight. Lu Yu looked at the almost blurred space and time outside and was a little shocked. This speed is really fast. Lu Yu could see that the space seemed to be twisting, forming a thrust, pushing the ark forward. The space rune burst into brilliant light. Compared to Lu Yu, the expressions of others were a little calmer. After all, he was a genius from a big family, and he had almost seen or sat on this kind of thing. Only Lu Yu looked here and there, with a curious expression on his face. This made the others feel a little contemptuous. This guy really came from a remote place and had never seen anything. But what made them depressed was, it was this guy from a remote place who beat them so hard that they dared not even fart. Under such circumstances, the ark stopped after only an hour. It's close to the black hole. The Lord of the Galaxy Palace spoke, and Lu Yu looked forward and saw nothing. In the entire universe, the central area was pitch black, like a huge eyeball. And around this eyeball, there were circles of light, which made it even darker. Black hole. Lu Yu understood that this dark area was a black hole. Global High Martial Arts, copy SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Yunzhong Mu. Chapter 380. The gravity of a black hole swallows even light, so within the scope of its gravity, no light will appear. All light was swallowed up by it. All Lu Yu could see was some light outside the gravitational range of the black hole. The entire black hole looks like a black eyeball staring indifferently at the universe. Extremely grand. At the same time there was total silence. Even many geniuses looked at the black hole in shock. This is the first time they have been so close to a black hole. That kind of power that almost destroys everything is heart-stopping. Okay, stop looking, the entrance to the ancient land is right in front. The master of the palace spoke up. Sometimes being too immersed in this ultimate power that transcends individuals can lead to an absurd conclusion that denies life and the entire world. That is, the tendency toward self-destruction and toward nihilism. Upon hearing this, many geniuses reacted quickly. Only Lu Yu looked a little surprised. He didn't know why, but when he looked at the black hole, he felt a desire to plunge into it. Did you just want to jump into a black hole? Lu Yu asked Mingzi next to him. Mingzi shook her head, don't dare. You will definitely die if you go in. No one can come out of the black hole alive, not even Mother. Is that so? Lu Yu thought about it, but didn't think too much. At this time, the ark started again. It moved forward a little, then turned the entire hull. We are drifting towards the black hole now, and the entrance to the ancient land should be near here. After finding the entrance to the ancient land, the ark will head towards the black hole at the same speed as the entrance to the ancient land. After 2000 days, you must come out of the ancient land, you know. Otherwise, we won't be able to escape the gravity of the black hole, the palace master said seriously. Many geniuses nodded after hearing this, including Lu Yu. After a while, an elder spoke up first. We found the entrance to the ancient land. In his hand, the power of the star source surged towards the power of darkness. In an instant, the power of darkness burst into light. But the shocking scene is that these lights are actually attracted by the gravity of the black hole and move towards the black hole at a faster speed. Even so, Lu Yu and others still saw clearly the situation at the entrance to the ancient land. A stone tablet with some font seemingly engraved on it. Go up quickly. Remember what I said, never leave the safe area. After 2000 days, you must come out. The master of the palace spoke again, and instantly, everyone appeared in the distance. Next to them is a stone tablet. The ark has turned into a small dot. The moment they appeared, a brilliant light suddenly burst out from the stone tablet. A door of light appeared without knowing when. Several people looked at each other, led by Bai Mo, and stepped into it first. When Mingzi was about to follow, she suddenly found that Lu Yu was standing beside the stone tablet and was motionless. Lu Yu, hurry up. Wait a minute, you go in first. Lu Yu waved his hand and did not look back. He looked at the words on the stone tablet and was extremely shocked. Chapter 0291 Nantianmen, arriving at the ancient land. Lu Yu looked at the words on the stone tablet and was extremely shocked. I saw a few words written on the stone tablet. Nantian. Although the last word was blurred, Lu Yu could still make out something. Nantianmen. His. Nantianmen. Lu Yu thought of a word inexplicably. Heaven. Moon goddess heaven. And Nantianmen is the gateway to heaven. In other words, this ancient land can go to the heaven of the past. Lu Yu's heart skipped a beat. Next to him, Mingzi tugged on Lu Yu's arm. Lu Yu, what are you doing? The entrance will be closed if you don't go in. Okay. Lu Yu nodded, glanced at the stone tablet again, and then stepped into the light gate together with Ming 11. As the two people stepped in, the light on the stone tablet dissipated, the light door dissipated, and the entrance was once again hidden in darkness. In the distance, the ark floats, resisting the pull of the black hole. The palace master and many elders will wait here for 20 days. In the light gate, as soon as Lu Yu and Ming 11 stepped into it, their vision fell into darkness. He and Mingzi seemed to be traveling at high speed, but they couldn't see clearly around them. Time and space seemed to have lost their concepts at this moment. Lu Yu could only feel Mingzi holding his hand tightly. It seemed as if something was passing by. This made Lu Yu hesitate. He tried to open his eyes, but still couldn't see anything clearly. This is a darkness deeper than darkness, which seems to last forever. Lu Yu, it's so dark. Mingzi's hand held Lu Yu tightly, and they couldn't see each other at the moment. If they weren't holding their hands together, Lu Yu wouldn't even be able to sense Ming 11's presence. Isn't this too weird? Lu Yu thought. He looked hard into the distance again, trying to see something. This time, it really paid off. In the distance, a huge creature seems to be crossing the void. In the darkness, its body filled the entire field of vision. The pair of horns and scales made Lu Yu confused. Why does it look so like a dragon? What frightened Lu Yu was that this dragon seemed to be coming towards him. Mingzi, there seems to be something coming from the front. What is it? I can't see it. Mingzi's voice was tense, which made Lu Yu doubtful. Can only I see it? Something is wrong. Lu Yu frowned, and the dragon was still approaching. The blood in his body suddenly boiled inexplicably. Golden blood and chi spread out, shining, and a bright range of dozens of meters was defined around. In this range, everything was clearly visible. Lu Yu and Mingzi seemed to be carried by a force in the void, and quickly went to a certain place. Wow, Lu Yu, how did you do this? Mingzi was a little surprised.